ठीक है. The next is surface integral. The next point is surface integral. So in line with the line integral, we define the surface integral. Surface integral is defined as integration of normal component of f bar. Just like the line integral we have defined as a one dimensional integral of tangential component of f bar, right? F bar dot t cap ds, if you remember. Yes or no? Where c is the curves, smooth curve. So in similar manner, we define a surface integral is a normal component of this f bar, right, over the surface now, because we are considering the surface and it's normal, because ds is a area element, right? So this is nothing but the surface integral, integration of f bar dot n cap ds. So this n cap is unit normal to surface s. Okay, and accordingly we have the area element ds, because if you if we consider a surface in, suppose this is x axis, this is y axis, and this is z axis. If you consider any surface in xy plane, suppose surface bounded by this curve c, right? This is a surface. So what will be the area element for this particular surface? What do you think? What will be the area element? Hmm? If I consider a small part of that surface, so its area element will be simply dx dy, right? Or delta x delta y. And the integration of all that, those area element will be the complete surface area. And that is what? Dx dy. Yes or no? So area element ds will be dx dy for this particular surface. And what will be n cap to this surface? Hello? Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So what is the n cap normal vector to this surface? Hmm? Normal vector will be in the direction of z axis, right? In the direction of
Yes.
this. In the direction of z axis, like this. So there are infinitely many such normals will be in the direction of z axis. And what is the normal vector in the direction of z axis? That is k cap, right? So all the surfaces in xy plane will have the area element as a dx dy, and the normal vector as a k cap. Similarly, if we consider a surface in yz plane, then what is the area element there? Ds will be dy dz. And what is the n cap there?
I can.
N cap will be in the direction of x
I.
axis, that will be I cap, right? And if we consider the surface in xz plane, then its area element ds will be dx dz, and n cap is in the direction of y axis, that is j cap. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is the general definition of surface integral. Surface integral is defined as normal component of f bar, but the normal component or the normal vector we will get according to the surface s where it is defined, and accordingly we have the area element also. So on the basis of this surface integral, we have the two theorems here. One is one theorem is Stokes theorem, and the second is Gauss divergence theorem. So actually, if you remember, I have discussed already that generalized Green's theorem is nothing but the Stokes theorem. That means vector form of Green's theorem is nothing but the Stokes theorem in general. So let us discuss about the Stokes theorem here. See here, uh, the definition of surface integral we have defined. Surface integral is integration over the surface S f bar dot n cap ds. So this n cap ds is also called ds bar. So the definition will be like this also, f bar dot ds bar, where ds bar is what? Ds bar is n cap ds over the surfaces. So the Stokes theorem is stated as the surface integral of normal component of a, see here, first of all, let me tell you that Stokes theorem is the relation between line integral and surface integral. Okay, so what the Stokes theorem says, the I'm first of all writing the right hand side. Stokes theorem says the surface integral of normal component, that is n cap ds. किसका normal component? Surface integral of normal component of curl of a vector point function f bar. So that is curl of f bar. ठीक है? And that integral is taken over an open surface S. S is open surface. ठीक है? Bounded by a closed curve C. This surface S is bounded by a closed curve C, and that is equal to the line integral over the closed curve C f bar dot dr bar. Is this clear? So this is what the Stokes theorem says. The Stokes theorem says line integral over the closed curve C is nothing but the surface integral over the surface S, which is bounded by this closed curve C. That surface S must be open, and the surface integral of what? Curl of f bar. Is this clear? In
Yes.
short, in short, Stokes theorem says line integral over the closed curve C f bar dot dr bar over the C is nothing but the surface integral of curl of f bar over the surface S, where S must be open surface. This is the Stokes theorem. Now, what is meant by this open surface? So, open surface is just like, suppose, a circular region in a plane. For the circle, we consider only its boundary, right? So its interior will be open in that case. This is open surface bounded by this closed curve C. So such open surface will be there, and then only we can use the Stokes theorem. So this is a surface S which is open, and that is bounded by a closed curve C. Yes? So we can use the Stokes theorem here. For example, the first example, let's take the first example. It says, first of all, tell me any doubt in the statement? Any doubt? Any question?
No, sir.
So the first example is, if we ask to verify Stokes theorem for f bar equals to xy square I cap plus yj cap plus z square xk cap for the surface of rectangular lamina. for the surface of rectangular lamina bounded by x equal to 0, y equal to 0, x equal to 1, y equal to 2, and z equal to 0. So what is the surface given? Tell me. What is the surface given here? Hmm? See, first of all, is this clear that we have asked to verify the Stokes theorem? So Stokes theorem says line integral over the closed curve C is nothing but the surface integral over the region or S area bounded by these closed curves. This is the Stokes theorem. So what is this S given here for this particular example? What is surface S? Come on, I have written here that for the surface of rectangular lamina. Still, you people don't wanted to reply. Anyways, here the surface is given to be a rectangular lamina. But what is meant by lamina? Lamina means open surface. Remember. So let us draw this rectangular lamina. Hmm. See, first of all, z equal to 0 means we are in which plane? XY plane,
X1.
right? Z equal to 0 means we are in XY plane, where x equal to 0 is not a line. This is a plane now. X equal to 0 means which plane? Actually, we are in xy plane, where x equal to 0 means we will be on a y-axis, no? Yes or no? Will be along y-axis, where x is equal to 0. And y equal to 0 means x-axis. Yes or no? Now, x equal to 1 is a line parallel to which axis?
Y-axis.
Y-axis. X equal to 1 is a line parallel to y-axis. Suppose that is this line, x equal to 1, and y equal to 2 is a line parallel to x-axis.
X-axis.
So that will be like this. So what is the surface bounded by these curves? That is this rectangular surface. Can you see this? This is a rectangular surface S, which is bounded by a closed curve C, which is in anti-clockwise sense like this. Is this clear? And that as it is lamina, it is open. So we have to verify the Stokes theorem for this particular surface. So what the Stokes theorem says, line integral over the closed curve C f bar dot dr bar is nothing but surface integral of curl of f bar dot ds bar over the surface S, where this S is open surface. So let us start with the right hand side first of all. We calculate the right hand side RHS. So what is RHS here? Double integration of curl of f bar dot ds bar. What is ds bar? ds bar क्या होता है? It is double integration of del cross f bar dot n cap ds. Right? So this n cap is for this particular surface. Now tell me, what is this n cap here? Hmm? Here, what is the value of n cap? N cap is the unit normal vector which is perpendicular to the plane, this plane. So n cap is
0.
n cap is k cap. If our surface is in
Yes,
xy
yes,
plane,
yes.
then n cap is k cap and area element is dx dy. So the right hand side becomes, which is equals to double integration of del cross f bar dot k cap dx dy over the surfaces. Let us now calculate del cross f bar. तो क्या होगा del cross f bar? Del cross f bar is determinant of ijk partial derivative with respect to x, and f1, what is f1 given? F1 is xy square. Then j cap times derivative with respect to y, f2 that is y, and k cap times partial derivative with respect to z, z square x. ठीक है. So del cross f bar is equal to this. So substitute, calculate this determinant. What it will be? I cap times
0.
partial derivative of z square with respect to y will be
0.
0.
0 minus partial derivative of y with respect to z is 0 minus j cap times partial derivative of z square x with respect to x is z square
Z square.
minus partial derivative of
Minus
xy square with respect to z is 0 plus k cap times partial derivative of y with respect to x is 0 minus partial derivative of xy square with respect to y is 2xy.
2x.
So that is equals to minus z square j cap.
सर जे कैप 0 आएगा.
j cap 0 आएगा. z square
हाँ नो नो.
0
No,
क्यों
sir.
आएगा?
हाँ राइट राइट.
Minus 2xy k cap. Right. So but z square is or z is given to be 0. We are along xy plane, right? So z component will be 0. Or instead of that, we want del cross f bar dot k cap. So therefore del cross f bar dot k cap क्या होगा? Del cross f bar dot k cap will be minus z square j cap minus 2xy k cap dot product with k cap. तो क्या होगा? What it will be? That will be just
minus
Minus
2xy.
2xy.
minus 2xy. Right. So we substitute into the integral. Therefore, RHS is integral del cross f bar. See here, del cross f bar dot k cap, that is minus 2xy. Minus 2xy dx dy over the region R. So here we can see the region R is nothing but a rectangle, right? Where what are the limits of x and limits of y? X varies from 0 to 1 and y varies from 0 to
0 to 2.
2. Right? Both the limits are constant here. So x varies from 0 to 1, suppose, and y varies from 0 to 2. So what the value of this integration is? Minus 2 into, if we integrate with respect to x, then that will be x square by 2 y into x square by 2 from 0 to 1. So that will be 1 by 2, 2 will get cancelled. And the integration of y is y square by 2 minus sign will be outside from 0 to 2. So how much is this? That is just 2, no? Minus 2. Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So minus 2 is the right hand side. Let us now verify whether the left hand side is also minus 2 or not. But tell me if any doubt up to this. Any question, any doubt? In the right hand side of Stokes theorem? Now, consider LHS. So what is the left hand side here? That is integration over the closed curve C f bar dot dr bar. Right? But if you look at the curve, that is not smooth, right? The boundary of rectangle is not smooth. There are 4 node points. So what we do? We break the curve into 4 piecewise smooth parts. Suppose this is C1, this is C2, this is C3, and this is C4. So this line integral over the closed curve C will be the sum of 4 line integrals, that is integration along C1 f bar dot dr bar plus integration along C2 f bar dot dr bar plus integration along C3 f bar dot dr bar plus integration along C4 f bar dot dr bar. Is this clear? Now let us calculate integral one by one. So along C1, x component is 0, right? Along C1. Is this clear? Here.
Yes, sir.
Here
Yes.
x component is 0, so accordingly dx will be also 0. So therefore, I'm writing here along C1 x is equal to 0, dx is equal to 0. And what are the limits of y there? Y varies from
0 to 2.
0.
0 to 2. Are you sure? Y is not vary. Actually, our starting point is this. We have started from this because our direction is this, na?
So
So
then
y
it's
varies
2 to 0.
2 to 0, na? Here the coordinates are 0, 2 and 0, 0. So y varies from 2 to 0. Is this clear?
Yes.
सबको
Yes.
clear है? Y varies from 2 to 0. So therefore, what the integration becomes? Integration of f bar dot dr bar over C1 will be integration f1 dx plus f2 dy plus f3 dz. But since we are on xy plane where z equal to 0, so dz is also 0. Yes or no? So the third component is 0 there. The integration of f1, what is f1 there? F1 is xy square dx plus f2 dy. What is f2? F2 is y dy. And being dz 0, the third component will be 0. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So again, along x1 dx is also 0 and x is also 0. So the first component is also getting 0. Yes or no? This is also we are getting to be 0 because of this. So we get integration of y dy where y varies from 2 to 0. So what the answer is? Y square by 2 from 2 to 0. So minus 4, minus 2, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Minus 2. Minus 2 is the value along C1. Now calculate along C2. Along C2. क्या होगा along C2? See here the curve. Along C2, y component is 0. Yes or no? Y is 0 and x varies from 0 to 1. Isn't it? Hello? Along
Yes,
C2, y equal to 0, dy equal to 0, z equal to 0, dz equal to 0, and x varies from 0 to 1. So therefore, the integration over the curve C2 f bar dot dr bar is integration of xy square dx plus y dy plus z square x dz from z square x is also there from along C1. So as dx, dy and dz 0, integration dy means 0 means this is 0, dz means this is 0, and y 0 means the first term is also 0. Yes? So the integral will be 0 along C2. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So the integral along C2 is also 0. Now calculate along C3. along C3. What can we say along C3? C3 means line x is equal to 1. Right? Line x is equal to 1. So x is equal to 1 के लिए dx क्या होगा? 0 होगा. So along C3, x is equal to 1, dx is equal to 0, z equal to 0, dz equal to 0, and y varies from where to where?
0 to 1.
0 to 0 to 2. Y coordinate, no? Y coordinate varies from 0 to 2. Yes? From this point to this point. C3. Is this clear? So y varies from 0 to 2. So substitute and get the value of integration. Therefore, integration along C3 f bar dot dr bar क्या होगा? इंटीग्रेशन f1 क्या है? एक्स वाई स्क्वायर डी एक्स प्लस वाई डी वाई प्लस जेड स्क्वायर एक्स डी जेड along C3. So C3 that is integration dx 0 है, dz 0 है. And so that will be y dy from 0 to 2, isn't it? So कितना होगा ये? That is 2 ना?
Yes.
And now along C4 क्या होगा? C4 is actually y equal to 4 as y equal to 2. So dy क्या होगा? 0 होगा उस केस में. Already 0 equal to 0 means dz भी 0 होगा. And x varies from where to where? X varies from कहाँ से कहाँ होगा? Along C4 बताओ मुझे. x की लिमिट क्या होगी? From 1 to 0 ना?
1 to 0.
Exactly. From 1 to 0. So x varies from x is equal to 1 to x is equal to 0. So therefore, integration along C4 f bar dot dr bar will be equals to integration f1 dx plus f2 dy plus f3 over C4. But along C4 dy 0, dz 0 and y equal to 2 there. So when we substitute y equal to 2, we will get y square, that is 4. So integration of 4x dx, and x varies from 1 to 0. तो कितना होगा ये? How much is this? 4x square by 2 from 1 to 0. So that is minus 2. Right? Minus 2 ही होगा ना?
Yes, sir.
Because when we substitute upper and lower limit, that will be minus half. So that will be minus 2. So let us now get the left hand side. LHS is the sum of all four integrals over C1 plus over C2 plus over C4, C3 plus over C4. तो कितना होगा बताओ? First integral was minus 2, 0, 2, minus 2. Minus 2 plus
Minus 2.
0 plus 2 minus 2. So that is
Minus
equals to minus 2, and that is nothing but our right hand side.
RHS.
Yes. So hence Green's theorem is verified. Is this clear? सबको clear है ये? So when we use Green's theorem, if we ask to evaluate such double integrations, then we can easily use this Green's theorem. And if we want to evaluate the line integral whose interior is empty, then we can easily get the value of that line integral with the help of this Stokes theorem. Easily. है ना? तो हम इसका दो वे से यूज कर सकते हैं. To get the line integral, we use double integration, or to get the double integration, we can use the line integral. Any doubt? Any question? Hello? No question? Okay, fine. Don't want to reply. Question number 2. Question is, apply Stokes theorem to calculate. Apply Stokes theorem to calculate integration over the curve C 4y dx plus 2z dy plus 6y dz, where C is the intersection of where C is the intersection of x square plus y square plus z square equal to 6z and z is equal to x plus 3. So first of all, you should know the statement of Stokes theorem. It says line integral over the closed curve C f bar dot dr bar is nothing but what? The double integration of normal component of curl of f bar, right?
Yes.
Over the surface S, which is bounded by C, and S must be open. So to use the Stokes theorem, we should get such S first of all. Can you see the surface S here? Surface is actually surface is not given, but the boundary of surface is given, because ये जो curve C है उसने जो surface bound किया है, over that surface we have to use this, we have to find the surface integral. But what is the curve C? That you need to understand first. So the curve C is the curve of intersection of these two surfaces, right? This surface and this surface. Now tell me what the first surface represent. X square plus y square plus z square equal to 6z represents what geometrically? Isn't it the surface? Isn't
Ellipse.
it the sphere?
Sphere.
It is a sphere, right? And what about second? It is a. And you must know the intersection of sphere and plane. What is the curve of intersection of sphere and plane? Hmm?
Circle.
Exactly. Suppose this is a sphere, right? And this is a plane cutting to the sphere, right? This is actually a plane. Clear? So the intersection of sphere and plane will be a circle. And that is nothing but our curve C. And the region bounded or the surface bounded by that circle will be our surface S. Can you see this? Is this clear to everyone? Over this surface, we have been asked to evaluate the surface integral or use the Stokes theorem. तो कैसे करोगे इसको? If you want to use the right hand side of Stokes theorem, we need to get n cap normal vector which is perpendicular to this surface, isn't it? So वो जो normal vector होगा वो किस direction में होगा? S direction में होगा, right? ऐसे होगा वो n cap, and its area element also we should get. So can you predict what is the direction of that normal vector? Can you predict? Because we don't know, na, in what direction that normal is going. So how do we get a normal vector to any particular surface? Do you have any idea? Hmm? Okay, anyways, Do we have the equation of this surface? Do we have the equation of this surface at least? This black surface. इसका इक्वेशन है क्या हमारे पास? That is nothing but the plane, na?
Yes, sir.
So if we call that plane to be a surface, then what will be the normal to this plane? What will be the normal to this surface? Its curl, its divergence, not divergence, its gradient, na? We have seen in vector differentiation, किसी भी surface phi का normal कौन होता है? उसका del. Del phi will be the normal to this surface. Yes or no? Hello? Let phi is nothing but the plane x plus x plane z minus x minus 3 इक्वल टू 0. तो उसका डेल फाई क्या होगा? डेल फाई इज द नॉर्मल वेक्टर. सबको क्लियर है ये? सो व्हाट विल बी डेल फाई हियर? Del phi is equal to I cap times partial derivative with respect to x, that is minus 1, plus j cap times partial derivative with respect to y 0, plus k cap times partial derivative with respect to z is 1. तो क्या होगा वो? Minus I cap plus k cap, that is del phi. But we want unit normal, so n cap क्या होगा फिर? Del phi upon its mod. तो कितना होगा ये? 2 1 बाय माइनस 1 बाय रूट 2 आई प्लस 1 बाय रूट 2 के. यहां तक क्लियर है सबको? दैट इज द यूनिट नॉर्मल वेक्टर टू दिस सरफेस. हेलो, इज दिस क्लियर टू एवरीवन और नॉट?
सर फायचं सांगा ना परत.
For any surface phi, what is its normal? How do we find the normal to the surface phi? Its gradient del phi is a normal vector to the surface phi. We have seen in physical interpretation. Clear? So we want the normal vector to the circle or circular region. That means we want the normal to the plane, na? Because that circle is lying on plane. Yes or no? Can you see this? Hello, circle is lying on plane z equal to x plus 3. तो हमें सर्कल का एनकैप चाहिए. दैट मीन्स व्हाट? प्लेन का एनकैप. एंड प्लेन का एनकैप कैसे निकालेंगे? प्लेन का नॉर्मल वेक्टर कैसे निकालेंगे? यूजिंग डेल फाई. So that is why we have called that plane to be phi. We have calculated its del phi, and we have calculated its unit normal vector, that is del phi upon mod of del phi. Is this clear, Chaitanya?
Yes, sir.
So this is how we can get the normal vector to phi. Now, what will be the area element? Let it be ds. We don't know because we don't know where in which plane that circle and the plane lies. So let it be as it is. What we do now? We calculate del cross f bar. Del cross f bar क्या होगा? Determinant of ijk partial derivative with respect to x, partial derivative with respect to y, partial derivative with respect to z of f1. What is f1? 4y. This is 2z and this is 6y. तो कैलकुलेट करो क्या आएगा ये? That is I cap times 6 minus 2 ना, minus j cap times 0 minus 0 plus k cap times 0 minus 4.
-4.
So that is 4 I cap minus 4 k cap. तो बताओ डेल क्रॉस F bar dot n cap means del cross F bar dot n cap क्या है हमारे यहाँ? n cap is this, है ना? तो इसको लिखते हैं हम del cross F bar is 4 I cap minus 4 k cap dot product with n cap. n cap क्या है? It is minus 1 by 2 I cap plus 1 by, it is root 2 ना,
Yes.
k cap. तो क्या होगा डॉट प्रोडक्ट दोनों का? minus 4 by root 2
Minus 4 by root 2 minus 4 by root 2.
minus 4 by root 2. So how much is this? Minus 8 by root 2. That is minus 4 root 2 no? Clear? यहाँ तक क्लियर है सबको? So let us substitute into the Green's theorem. Sorry, not Green's, that is Stokes theorem. So what the Stokes theorem, let me write the statement again. The Stokes theorem says line integral over the closed curve C F bar dot dr bar is equal to the surface integral over the open surface S del cross F bar dot n cap ds. So we have asked to find the line integral using Stokes theorem. Means we have to calculate the right hand side. So that is equals to double integration. What is del cross F bar dot n cap? We have calculated, that is minus 4 root 2 ds. Yes or no? Over the surface S. So that is minus 4 root 2 I am taking outside, integration of ds over the surface S. And what we call this double integration? This is nothing but what? Is this the formula of something? Double integration of ds. In particular, suppose ds is dx dy, then what is double integration of dx dy?
Area.
Area of S, right?
Yes.
So that is all. That is nothing but the area. So minus 4 root 2 into area of surface S. But what is surface S given here? Or the surface S? S is actually the circular surface, right? And what that means, area of circle. Is this clear? So
Yes.
S is nothing but circle. So that is nothing but minus 4 root 2 into area of circle. तो हमें क्या चाहिए? सर्कल का एरिया फाइंड आउट करने के लिए उसका रेडियस चाहिए, राइट? बट इफ यू लुक एट दिस, अगर हम स्फीयर का इक्वेशन देखते हैं, व्हाट इज द इक्वेशन ऑफ स्फीयर? x स्क्वायर प्लस y स्क्वायर प्लस z स्क्वायर इक्वल टू 6z. व्हाट इज द सेंटर ऑफ दिस स्फीयर? इसका सेंटर क्या है?
0,0,3.
003. सबको क्लियर है ये? हाउ इट इज 003? हेलो, सबको क्लियर है? व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला ऑफ सेंटर? व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला ऑफ सेंटर? इट इज, सेंटर क्या होता है? माइनस, suppose it is here, what is the standard equation? It is x square plus y square plus z square plus twice fx plus twice gy plus twice hz plus d equal to 0, right? Then what is the center then? F G H, na?
Yes.
Or minus h, minus f minus g minus h, na?
Yes, sir.
Something like this. So here, what is the value of f and g? Actually 2f is equal to 0, 2g equal to 0, so f and g are 0, but 2h is equal to what? Minus 6. If we calculate, if we take this 6z to the left hand side, that will be minus 6. So h is equal to minus 3, and we want it to be minus h, so that will be 3. So that is why the center is 0, 0, 3. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Now if we look at this equation of plane z equal to x plus 3, that z equal to x plus 3 will get satisfied by this center. If we substitute this center into this plane, it will get satisfied by the center. Yes or no? Hello? When we substitute x is equal to 0 and z equal to 3, is the right hand side equal to left hand side of this plane?
Yes.
So that means what can we conclude here? That center lies on the equation of plane. Yes or no? Center lies on plane. तो अगर सेंटर स्फीयर का सेंटर प्लेन पे है तो ऑफ कोर्स सर्कल पे होगा ना. एंड डेफिनेटली इफ यू रिमेंबर, if we have an intersection of sphere and plane through the center, what will be its intersection? That will be a great circle, if you remember. Do you know this great circle property? हेलो.
Radius of sphere.
हाँ, अगर किसी स्फीयर को
तो
सेंटर में
radius
से
of
कट कर दे तो क्या मिलेगा? इंटरसेक्शन सर्कल ही मिलेगा. विथ what is the center of the circle is nothing but the center of sphere. Do you know this? And
Yes.
radius of the circle is nothing but the radius of sphere. So what is the radius of sphere here? Sphere का radius कितना है? What is the formula to find the radius of the sphere? Just like the center. Sphere का formula क्या है? Square root of f square plus g square plus h square plus d or minus d something equal to 0 ना. क्या हुआ? एनीवेज वो सब आप देख लो. हियर रेडियस विल बी 3. So therefore, what will be my final answer? That will be minus 4 root 2 into, what is the area of circle? Pi r square. What is r? R is 3. And that is your answer. That is minus 36 root pi root 2 pi. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
देख लो. And please ask if any doubt. तो बेसिक कंडीशन क्या है स्टोक्स थ्योरम के लिए? सरफेस मस्ट बी ओपन सरफेस. If it is not open, then we cannot use the Stokes theorem. Is this clear? Everyone, please do reply in chat box. Is clear or not?
Yes, sir.
The next theorem is Gauss divergence theorem. Gauss divergence theorem. So what the statement of Gauss divergence theorem is? Just like a Stokes theorem, we have a Gauss divergence theorem, which is the relation between now double integration and triple integration, volume integral. This is surface integral and this is volume integral. So what the Gauss divergence theorem says, a surface integral of normal component of f bar, that is double integration of f bar dot n cap ds, that is f bar dot ds bar, is nothing but the volume integral of divergence of f bar. That is why the name is divergence, del dot f bar dv. This is the statement of Gauss divergence theorem. Now only the important point here in case of Gauss divergence theorem, we get a volume if and only if surface closed, na? So this is a closed surface, remember. And in divergence theorem, surface must be open surface. Yes or no? Surface must be open surface. So just like suppose if we ask to verify, let me clear you one thing. Anyways, let us discuss that through the example only. First example is if we ask to verify the divergence theorem, verify divergence theorem for f bar is equals to 4xz I cap minus y square j cap plus yz k cap, and S is the surface of cube bounded by planes S is the surface of cube bounded by the planes x equal to 0, x equal to 2, y equal to 0, y equal to 2, z equal to 0, z equal to 2. So we have asked to verify the divergence theorem over this surface. So let us draw the region first, surface first. What the surface is? X equal to 0 means hello, x equal to 0 means which plane? YZ plane, right?
Hmm.
X equal to 0 means YZ plane. So okay, then x equal to 2 means XZ plane, right? Sorry, XZ2 is a plane parallel to YZ at 2. Suppose that will be somewhere here, x equal to 2. This is a plane x is equal to 2. Clear? What are the coordinates here? 2, 0, 0. Here the coordinate is, okay, here the coordinate is 2, y coordinate is something, y is also 2, hai na? Anyways, y equal to 0 means which plane? XZ plane. And y equal to 2 means which plane? Plane parallel to XZ. So that will be something like this, na? Right? Hello? This is y equal to 2, na?
Yes, sir.
Then z equal to 0 means which plane? XY plane, that is bottom plane. And z equal to 2 means this top plane, top surface of this cube. हो गया सबका? Clear? This is z equal to 2. This is z equal to 0. This is y equal to 2. This is y equal to 0. Right? Then x equal to 0, ये जो है ना, ये back plane, this one, that is x equal to 0. and x equal to 2 means this front plane. Can you see? X equal to 2. Hello? This front plane. How many surfaces are there? 6 surfaces. So to verify the divergence theorem for each of these surface, you have to get n cap and area element. So let us write in short. First tell me, what is the area element for this x equal to 2? ये जो दिख रहा है ना आपको ये वाला, ये front surface. What is n cap for this surface? इसका n cap क्या होगा? Hello? N cap will be in the direction of I ना, x axis के डायरेक्शन में होगा ना वो.
Yes, yes.
N cap will be I cap or minus I cap? I cap. क्योंकि see here the point is this n cap is unit outward normal. इसमें जो n cap यूज किया है ना, n cap dot ds. So ये जो n cap है, n cap is unit outward normal. तो सरफेस से बाहर जाना चाहिए वो. If we consider minus I cap, then that will be in the direct in inward in this inside the surface. That is wrong. So n cap will be I cap. And what is the area element to this surface? That x equal to 2 is a plane parallel to yz plane. Therefore, the area element is dy dz. Is this clear? For this front surface. In similar manner, for this back surface, what is n cap? N cap क्या होगा? N cap will be must be in the outward direction. If we consider I cap, then that will be inside the surface. Yes or no? Hello. For this back surface, if we consider n cap to be plus I cap, then that will be inside the surface. So we have to consider to be minus I cap, so that will be outward direction. In similar manner, the n cap for this y equal to 2 surface के लिए क्या होगा बताओ. इसके लिए n cap क्या होगा? N cap is in the direction of y axis, that is j cap, and what is area element? ds is dx dz. Similarly, you write the area element and n cap for each of these plane, 6 planes, and accordingly the लेफ्ट हैंड साइड जो है आपको डाइवर्जेंस थ्योरम का डबल इंटीग्रेशन ओवर द सरफेस एस, वो जो डबल इंटीग्रेशन है, इफ वी कंसिडर द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड, दैट इज नथिंग बट डबल इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ एफ बार डॉट एन कैप डी एस, वेयर दिस एस मस्ट बी अ रेगुलर सरफेस. रेगुलर मतलब उसको ऐसे एजेस नहीं होने चाहिए. तो यहाँ क्यूब को एजेस है, तो हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? उसको सरफेस में डिवाइड करना पड़ेगा. सो हाउ मेनी सरफेसेस आर देयर व्हिच आर रेगुलर? 6 surfaces, right? So this left hand side will be the sum of 6 surface integral. Hello, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So how do we evaluate each of these surface integral? Suppose first surface कौन सा भी ले लो. सपोज आपने ये बॉटम सरफेस लिया फर्स्ट, तो बॉटम सरफेस मतलब z इक्वल टू 0 ना. तो z इक्वल टू 0 पे आपका n कैप क्या होगा? एरिया एलिमेंट क्या होगा? z इक्वल टू 0 पे n कैप इज माइनस k कैप ना. डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन में चाहिए, वो आउटवर्ड चाहिए इसलिए. एंड एरिया एलिमेंट क्या होगा?
dx dr.
dx dy. यस और नो? अगर सेकेंड सरफेस आपने उसी के अपोजिट लिया, वो टॉप सरफेस, तो उसके लिए z इक्वल टू 2 है, तो n कैप क्या होगा? n कैप विल बी k कैप. एंड एरिया एलिमेंट क्या होगा उसका? dx dz, राइट? बिकॉज दैट इज अ प्लेन पैरेलल टू xy प्लेन. सिमिलरली S3 अगर आपने ये लिया, इस वाला y इक्वल टू 0 वाला, तो उसके लिए y इक्वल टू 0 के लिए n कैप क्या होगा बताओ? n कैप विल बी माइनस j कैप. यस और नो? And area element is ds is d x dz ना.
dx dz.
अच्छा, माझं सेकंड साठी रॉंग झालं ना, dx dy पाहिजे इथं.
Yes.
Must be dx dy. So here dx dz. And if we call this y equal to 2 as a fourth surface, then y equal to 2 के लिए n cap क्या होगा बताओ? That will be j cap. And ds क्या होगा? dx dz वही होगा ना, इसके लिए बोल रहा हूं मैं. This is for this. Clear to everyone? Hello. Similarly for this fifth surface कौन सा बचा है बताओ? This बैक, सपोज फ्रंट सरफेस लेते तो फ्रंट सरफेस क्या है? x इक्वल टू 2. तो x इक्वल टू 2 के लिए n कैप क्या है? I कैप. एंड व्हाट इज एरिया एलिमेंट ds देयर? dy dz.
Divide Z.
एंड द सिक्स्थ सरफेस कौन सा होगा? ये बैक सरफेस, दैट इज
M cap equals to minus I cap.
x इक्वल टू 0 ना.
0. Yes.
x इक्वल टू 0 के लिए n कैप विल बी माइनस i कैप. एंड एरिया एलिमेंट ds इज क्या होगा?
Divide Z.
dy dz. एग्जैक्टली, dy dz. सो ये सब आपको यूज करने पड़ेगा इस डबल इंटीग्रेशन में. यू हैव टू इवेल्युएट दिस 6 सरफेस इंटीग्रल्स एंड द सम ऑफ ऑल दो 6 इंटीग्रल्स विल बी योर लेफ्ट हैंड साइड. इज दिस क्लियर? सबको क्लियर है ये? तो 6 सरफेस इंटीग्रल्स कैसे निकालोगे? जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल फर्स्ट सरफेस इंटीग्रल, दैट इज इंटीग्रेशन ओवर S1. तो क्या है? f बार डॉट n कैप ds, दैट इज इंटीग्रेशन f बार डॉट n कैप इंटू ds. ds क्या है? S1 का dx dy है ना. एंड n कैप क्या है? माइनस k कैप. यस और नो? माइनस k कैप डॉट dx dy. तो मतलब f बार का सिर्फ k कंपोनेंट लूंगा मैं, isn't it? So minus double integration of k component of f bar. वो क्या है? What is k component of f bar? That is yz only. So yz dx dy. Can you integrate this in the first surface z equal to 0? मतलब बॉटम सरफेस में कर सकते हो क्या इंटीग्रेट आप लोग? Where y varies from where to where? Anyways, for the bottom plane z equal to 0 ना, तो ये इसमें अगर सब्स्टिट्यूट करता हूँ z equal to 0 तो ये 0 ही होगा, the whole integration. Yes or no?
Yes.
हाँ, so the first integral will be 0. ये बात क्लियर है सबको? So now get the second integral, third integral, fourth integral, fifth and sixth. Sum of all this will be your right hand side, left hand side. So let us now calculate the. Now this is a homework for you all to calculate the remaining integrals. Now I'm calculating the right hand side. क्या है RHS? RHS is the triple integration of
Del dot F.
del dot f bar dv over the volume v. That is triple integration of del dot f bar. Del dot f bar क्या है? Let us calculate del dot f bar first of all. Del dot f bar क्या होता है? Divergence of f bar. Del dot f bar is derivative of f1 with respect to x plus derivative of f2 with respect to y plus derivative of f3 with respect to z. So that is, what is f1? f1 is 4xz with respect to x plus what is f2? That is minus y square. And what is f3? f3 is yz. तो कितना होगा ये? तो ये होगा 4z minus 2y and ये plus y ना. So 4z minus y ना, right? तो क्या होगा? RHS ट्रिपल इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ 4z माइनस y dv क्या है यहाँ? dx dy dz. वॉल्यूम एलिमेंट यही होता है ना, ओवर द वॉल्यूम v. तो आपको क्या करना है अभी? उस क्यूब से आपको एक्स वाई जेड के लिमिट्स फाइंड आउट करना है, यहाँ पुट करना है. सो ओवर द क्यूब टेल मी वेयर व्हाट आर द limits of x, y, z over the cube. X varies from 0 to 2, y varies from 0 to 2, and z varies from 0 to 2. 4z minus y dx dy dz. Now all these limits are constant, you can integrate with respect to any variable. You'll get your answer. Is this clear to everyone? Hello, mic check.
Yes, sir.
Now you must be thinking that how we are getting xyz limit. If you remember the strip criteria, you must have discussed in M2, right? For getting the limit, what we do, we consider the rectangular strip over the three-dimensional surface, and we vary that strip from the starting point to end point. So here the starting point is origin. Here, what are the limits at origin? X, Y, Z equal to 0, 0, 0. And what is the end point throughout the strip so that the strip will be covered? When we move from this origin, immediately that strip will be at height this one, right? So Z varies from 0 to 2, and it immediately its width get y varies from 0 to 2, and similarly x varies from 0 to 2. That is why the limits are from 0 to 2. Is this clear? But that will not be the same for suppose a tetrahedron surface given to us. Suppose, so पहले तो ये बात clear है सबको? Is this clear? Is this example clear to everyone? This is how the verification done. You just calculate these 6 surface integrals. You will get some left hand side, that is the sum of all those 6 surface integrals, and you just verify it with the right hand side. If it gets same, then the verification done. सबको clear है? Hello.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो इसका आंसर है 24 as the right hand side. You just verify it with the left hand side, that is 6 surface integrals. If you have a doubt, you can ask your doubts while calculating the surface integral. ठीक है, let me tell you, if the surface is यहाँ क्यूब के लिए xyz varies from 0 0 0 to 2 2 2, but that is not always. Let me tell you one example. If we given a surface of tetrahedron, I hope you all know the tetrahedron. That is just like this. How many surfaces are there for tetrahedron? 4 surfaces होते हैं ना उसको. Prism, right? तो जब मुझे टेट्राहेड्रॉन के लिए एक्स वाई जेड के लिमिट फाइंड आउट करना है, तो I'll start with this point. Suppose that point is origin 0 0 0. Suppose the tetrahedron is along a coordinate axis. ठीक है, तो I'll consider the rectangular strip which starts from 0 0 0 to this front surface. Can you see this front surface? This one? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So can you visualize the moving of that rectangular strip from this point to the front surface? So when we move from origin to this front surface, the strip will get increased by its height and width, right? The strip is getting increased with its height also and its width also. It is just like you are inserting ink into the tetrahedron from this vertex. So we can see the height of the ink will also vary, the width of the ink also vary, right? So there the x, y, z coordinates will change according to their movement. So here suppose the equation of this plane is, suppose x plus y plus z is equal to something, say 1, this front plane. Then we can say, suppose if I consider x varies from 0 to say this front plane. So at front plane, x coordinate will be 1 minus y minus z. Is this clear? Because that will be a function of y and z. Now at the same time that strip moving in 2 dimension, so over 2 dimensions, suppose if I consider the x equal to 0 substitute, so y plus z equal to 1. So to get the limits of y will vary from 0 to now y equal to 1 minus z. Is this clear? And now to get the limits of z, I'll substitute x and y to be 0. So I'll get the limits of z, that is z varies from 0 to 1. Z equal to 1. Clear? Clear to everyone? So one of the 3 variable must be a 3-dimensional variable, just like this. So it is not necessary that x varies from 0 to this only. You can write z varies from 0 to 1 minus x minus y. Then y varies from 0 to 1 minus x, and x varies from 0 to 1. And similarly for y. Is this clear to everyone? In all the 3 cases, you will get the same answer. But the point is, I wanted to show you that the limits are always not constant for the triple integration. Those limits will be the function of variables. You must have discussed this in M2. Clear to everyone? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So I'll send you some questions on group today. We'll stop here. So you just see the questions, solved questions and then unsolved questions. You just go through those questions, and if any doubt, we'll discuss it in next lecture. So the Stokes theorem and the divergence theorem is over here with the discussion. We'll discuss few more examples if we get proper time. Okay. And in the tutorial, if we get a slot for tutorial also. So shall we stop here?
Yes.
So just give me 2 minutes.